functions, but modern practice adds that biological death is the permanent cessation of circulation, respiration, and brain activity. Clinical death means the absence of heartbeat and breathing, potentially reversible for a short period. Legal death means the point at which the law recognizes a person as deceased, triggering civil and criminal consequences. Meanwhile, brain death or modern addition is an irreversible cessation of all brain functions, including the brainstem, now widely accepted in hospital practice.
Okay, continue.
B for modern scenarios. Scenario 1, hospital brain death. A 32-year-old patient on a ventilator meets all criteria for brain death. Family disputes withdrawal of support. Legal implication. Hospitals rely on accepted medical standards. No unified statute, but jurisprudence recognizes expert medical determination. Scenario 2, drowning with delayed resuscitation. A child is pulled from water after prolonged submersion. No heartbeat, but resuscitation attempts continue due to water protective effect. Legal implication. Clinical death does not equal to legal death until declared by a physician. Scenario 3, death in a remote barangay. A person collapses in a rural area with no medical personnel. Barangay officials issue a report, but no physician certifies death. Legal implications. DOH rules require physician certification. Otherwise, medical legal referral is mandatory. Scenario 4, death in custody. A detainee is found unresponsive in a cell. Legal implication: RA 9745 or the Anti-Torture Act and RA 10353 or the Anti-Enforced Disappearance Act require immediate medical legal investigation. 75 pa pala, kulang.
Okay, continue.
2020's jurisprudence integration. The Supreme Court rulings emphasize the weight of medical legal findings in determining cause and manner of death. Chain of custody for body handling is increasingly scrutinized in homicide cases. Deaths in custody require heightened documentation and transparency.
Okay, uh, continue, please.
Signs of death. A expanded explanation. Solis lists early signs, cessation of vital signs, pallor, and late signs, rigor liver decomposition. Modern updates emphasize variability due to environment, need for correlation with seen findings, avoiding premature conclusions in hypothermia, poisoning, electrocution. For modern scenarios, Scenario 1, hypothermia misinterpreted as death. A mountaineer is found cold, stiff, and unresponsive. Teaching point: rigor mortis can be mimicked by cold. No one is dead until warm and dead. Scenario 2, drug overdose with minimal respiratory effort. A person appears lifeless but has faint respirations. Teaching point: early signs must be confirmed with proper equipment. Scenario 3, liver mortis pattern suggesting body movement. Lividity is present on the back, but the body is found face down. Legal implication: possible post-mortem repositioning, relevant in homicide investigations. Scenario 4. Good morning to you. Scenario 4, decomposition in a hot climate. A body is found with rapid bloating due to tropical heat. Teaching point: time of death estimates must consider environmental acceleration. 2020's jurisprudence integration. Supreme Court decisions stress expert testimony on postmortem changes. Court reject exact time of death claims. Only ranges are acceptable. Whose interpretation of signs can validate prosecution theories.
Okay, continue, please.
Continue
Sige.
pa po, sir.
Oh, sige.
Recognition of death, expanded explanation. Recognition involves clinical confirmation, vital signs, reflexes, forensic confirmation, or scene correlation, postmortem changes. Avoiding false positive in special conditions, hypothermia, electrocution, and poisoning. Four modern scenarios. Scenario 1, electrocution. Worker collapses after contact with the live wire. Teaching point, apparent death may be reversible. Resuscitation must be attempted. Scenario 2, disaster scene. Multiple victims found after a landslide. Legal implication, RA 10121 requires proper tagging, documentation, and chain of custody. Scenario 3, home death without medical attendance. An elderly person dies at home. Family requests immediate burial. Legal implication, mandatory medical legal referral if no attending physician. Scenario 4, suspected suicide. A person is found hanging. Teaching point, scene investigation is essential. Do not rely solely on body position. 2020's jurisprudence integration. Courts require correlation of scene findings with autopsy results. Failure to conduct proper medical legal examination can weaken prosecution.
Okay. Nandiyan pa ba si Miss Sabery? Miss Sabery,
Yes, sir.
ikaw naman. Number 4, onwards.
Sir, wait.
Postmortem changes. Sige.
Yan po, wait lang po. Postmortem changes and time of death. Solis's framework remains valid. Algor mortis refers to the cooling. Rigor mortis refers to stiffening. Livor mortis refers to lividity. Decomposition includes color changes, bloating, and marbling. Special forms include adipocyry and mummification. Modern updates emphasize environmental modifiers, insect activity, also known as forensic entomology, and limitations of time of death estimation. There are four modern scenarios illustrated by Solis. The first scenario is the air-conditioned room, where a body in a cold room shows delayed decomposition. Wait lang po, sir. The teaching point in this scenario is that cooling alters rigor and liver timelines. The second scenario, outdoor tropical exposure, rapid decomposition in humid conditions. The legal implication in this scenario is that time of death estimations must be broad. In scenario 3, known as water immersion, a body recovered from a river will show skin slippage. The teaching point in this scenario is that water alters decomposition processes. I mean, decomposition patterns. And finally, the fourth scenario, a fire scene. A burned body shows heat-induced post-mortem stiffening. The teaching point in this scenario is that heat rigor is not equal to true rigor mortis.
Sige. Jurisprudence. Miss Pareha, nandiyan ka pa? Miss April,
Yes po, sir.
can you read the letter C, then onwards?
2020's jurisprudence integration. SC rulings caution against over-reliance on TOD estimates. Courts prefer multi-factor analysis, scene, witness accounts, post-mortem changes.
Yeah. Continue, please.
Legal implications of death. Expanded explanation. Death triggers. Criminal liability, homicide, murder, parricide, infanticide. Civil consequences. Succession insurance, marital dissolution. Procedural requirements, autopsy reporting. 4
Hey.
modern scenarios. Scenario 1. Insurance claim dispute. Family disputes whether death was accidental or self-inflicted. Legal implication. Burden of proof shifts depending on policy terms. Scenario 2. Vehicular collision. 2 drivers die. Order of death affects liability. Legal implication. Presumption of survivorship may apply. Scenario 3. Domestic violence case. A spouse dies after repeated abuse. Legal implication. Pattern evidence may elevate charges. Scenario 4. Workplace death. A construction worker dies on site. Legal implication. Dole and medical legal investigation required.
Sige. Jurisprudence.
2020's jurisprudence integration. SC rulings emphasize autopsy necessity in violent or suspicious deaths. Courts scrutinize chain of custody for bodies and evidence. Deaths in custody require independent investigation.
Yeah, continue, please.
Presumption of death and presumption of survivorship. Expanded explanation. Solis outlines presumption of death after prolonged absence, presumption of survivorship in common calamities. Modern updates include application in disasters, use in insurance and migration cases, integration with RA 10353, enforced disappearance. 4 modern scenarios. Scenario 1. OFW missing for years. Family seeks declaration of presumptive death. Legal implication. Family code rules apply. Scenario 2. Typhoon casualty. Multiple family members die. Inheritance depends on survivorship. Legal implication. Civil code presumptions apply. Scenario 3. Ship sinking. Passengers missing. Insurance claims filed. Legal implication. Presumption of death after diligent search. Scenario 4. Enforced disappearance. A person abducted by unknown men is missing for years. Legal implication. RA 10353 mandates investigation and documentation.
Yeah, continue, please.
2020's jurisprudence integration. SC rulings clarify requirements for presumptive death declarations. Courts require proof of diligent search. Survivorship's presumptions applied cautiously.
Sige. AS7. Sige. Jurisprudence.
2020's jurisprudence integrated update sheet, condensed. Key themes: brain death, recognized medically, no unified statute but accepted in jurisprudence. Deaths in custody, RA 9745 and RA 10353 require immediate medical legal investigation. Autopsy value, SC emphasizes expert testimony. Autopsy findings carry high evidentiary weight. Time of death, courts reject exact time of death, only ranges accepted. Chain of custody, strict requirements for body handling and evidence. Mass fatality management, RA 10121 governs disaster protocols. Human rights lens, expanded obligations for documentation and transparency.
Continue. Yeah.
Recent Philippine Supreme Court decisions regarding death have primarily focused on upholding the prohibition of death penalty, affirming convictions in high-profile murder cases, including those involving police, and clarifying that the death of an accused pending appeal extinguishes criminal liability. Key decisions and rulings from late 2024 to early 2026 include affirmation of murder conviction in Cain de los Santos case. 2024-2025, the Supreme Court affirmed the murder conviction of police officers involved in the 2017 killing of 17-year-old Cain de los Santos. The court ruled that the officers were not acting within the bounds of their duty and that the performance of duties does not include murder.
Continue, please.
Death of accused extinguishes criminal liability, 2025. In Tuano versus People, GR number 205871, the court reiterated that the death of an accused pending appeal extinguishes their criminal liability and civil liability based solely on the crime, pursuant to Article 89 of the Revised Penal Code. Protection against extra-legal killings. In February 2024, the Supreme Court upheld the writ of amparo, strengthening protection against threats to life and citing major lapses in police operations that resulted in death, even if the victims were involved in illegal activities. Reiteration of death penalty prohibition, RA 9346. The court continues to enforce Republic Act number 9346, which prohibits the imposition of the death penalty and commutes existing death sentences into reclusion perpetua or life imprisonment. Cases involving intent to kill. In People v. XXX, the court analyzed intent to kill in cases of riding in tandem shootings, affirming convictions based on evidence of treachery and the suddenness of the attack.
Continue. Yeah.
Key principles upheld. Life penalty substitute. Where the death penalty would have been applied, reclusion perpetua, 40 years, or life imprisonment is imposed instead. Police accountability. The court has emphasized that law enforcement agencies are not at liberty to disregard the constitutional right to life, liberty, and security. These rulings indicate a consistent stance on maintaining the ban on capital punishment while strictly scrutinizing police conduct leading to deaths during operations.
Thank you. Thank you. So, the topic of death is complicated. Even in the classroom, it will take about 3 meetings to discuss about that. The medical legal aspects, the physiology, certification, how it is certified, how it is recognized clinically and pathologically and during the forensic investigations. Now, what you have seen so far up to page 14 are all the definition of death and implications in the book of legal medicine, which is used in the board exam for licensure for criminologists, and which also is beneficial for the rest of the students in forensics. So the death as defined by Solis is the permanent cessation of vital functions. So yung vital function, yung circulation of blood, breathing, and brain activity. in brain activities can be measured through EEG. If electrodes are attached to the head, the electron, what they call it, activities of the brain are recorded and seen. So, the definition by Solis says that death is a process, not a single moment. Okay? And reflected in these chapters, detailed treatment of postmortem changes. If you have time, you can borrow some books. This book from the library, or you can buy, or you can borrow from the upperclassmen. You can, especially the criminology students, you can go through this chapter with the aid of this module that we are discussing. I will send a copy of this module into your respective email LPU Batangas addresses. So the legal definition is the reversible cessation of life. Okay? So as we have discussed, maraming issues regarding death. Criminal liability as homicide, infanticide, parricide, nag-suicide ba is one of the issues. Although a death certificate which shows suicide may not be suicide at all if new information impacts or refutes the issuance of death certificate by any credible medical doctor. However, this amendment of death from suicide to murder requires court proceedings. And another issue is civil consequences. Sino ang magmamana ng lupa? Magkano ang babayaran ng insurance? Ano ang status nung namatay? Yan. Sa succession, usually this is done through inheritance following a will issued by the person who died. So in forensics, we call the person who died and will be used in forensic investigation as a decedent. So a decedent is a person who died and is subject to forensic investigation. Whether there are no issues in the forensics on an civil issues. Okay, so insurance, some insurance policies that they can only pay the relatives of the person who died when the cause of death is natural. So there are small prints at the end of the insurance policy that says if suicide is committed by this person, the relatives cannot be paid So some relatives, when the body is subjected for an autopsy, which the insurance people requires to to see what is the cause of death of the deceased, they will not tell the doctor or the forensic pathologist or the NBI or the PNP that the person died of suicide. Tinatago nila kasi usually hindi babayaran ng insurance, or if there's a suicide as in the insurance policy, maaring kalahati lang ang ibabayad. Yan ang mga issues. So, marital status, if it's male, female, married, unmarried. Okay. If married, the issue is related to the succession of inheritance. Kung sakaling meron siya mga properties, kung halimbawa marami siyang ginto, okay, marami siyang gold bars na binigay ni Ferdinand Marcos Sr. in the late 1960s, okay, or married, if the gold bars can be inherited by the relatives or children. So another issue is the procedural matters, the presumption of death and survival. So some people are lost in the sea during a lumubog na bangka. So if they will not be heard of in the next 5 years, they are presumed to be dead. Okay? And survival, if halimbawa naligaw sa gubat and within 5 years hindi na bumalik, never heard of, or hindi man lang nag-text, or hindi man lang tumawag, I presume dead. Okay. So, gustong-gusto yan ng mga magmamana ng kayamanan ng namatay, at pinadadali pa nila yung presumption of death. Sometimes the death ay pinipake nila para makuha na yung pera o mga ginto o yung mga dapat manahin. Okay? Okay ba yun, Miss Alessandra?
Yes po, Doc.
Si Mr. John. Anong masasabi mo, Mr. John De Luna? Mr. John De Luna? Baka nagkakape pa si Mr. John De Luna. Si Miss Kiara na lang. Miss Kiara? Miss Kiara? Mukhang bumabiyahe na rin si Miss Kiara. Okay. So, the forensic classification of death ito ay na-discuss na natin last meeting. Itong physiological classification ay hindi pa. Okay. Now, sa immediate physiological death ay kagaya noong heart failure or congestive heart failure. Okay. Asphyxiation. Okay. Delayed physiological death. Yung halimbawa, biglang hinimatay, tas naging comatose. So the physiology of death is a bit prolonged. Medyo yung delayed physiological death is not discussed in any court of law unless na there is an issue where the decedent was killed by yung kagaya ng coup de grace, yung uso ngayon na bigla na lang namatay yung comatose person in a hospital kasi may magmamana ng kanyang kayamanan. Okay. So, the decedent in context does not like to die, but somebody would like him to die very early. Okay. Miss Alessandra, ito bang natural, accidental, homicidal na-discuss na natin?
Yes po, Doc.
Last time, ano? Okay.
Ngayon, ngayon po, Doc.
Hindi, itong natural, accidental. Last meeting.
Nasa video po kanina, Doc.
Okay. Overview pa lang yan, okay? So, undetermined from the video, ay yung when the autopsy was done, the doctor from NBI or PNP or forensic pathologist could not determine the cause of death. Yeah. During our time, pag sinabi mong undetermined, mahinang doktor ka. So, konti lamang ang naglalagay ng undetermined cause of death. Okay? Pero kung naiipit ka na at halimbawa, kamag-anak ni Marcos, kamag-anak ni Duterte, iniipit ka, hindi mo malaman kung anong cause of death, you can put undetermined as the cause of death. Parang neutral. Meaning, yung factors or context or causes of death ay hindi malinaw. Okay? So, I would put undetermined. Okay? Yeah. But the relatives of Marcos, relative of Duterte, may, what do you call it, call you incompetent. Mabuti na lang tawaging incompetent kesa ma-involve ka sa controversy na hindi mo pwedeng masupport. Okay ba yon, Miss Simondak? Miss Andrea? Nagtago na yata si Miss Andrea. Okay. Si Mr. Jefferson. Mr. Jefferson? Wala na. Baka nagbabiyahe na sila. Okay. So, as promised, 1 hour lang tayo dahil gusto na ninyong magsiuwian. Okay ba yun, Miss Alessandra?
Yes po, Doc. Thank you po, Doc.
Sige, uuwi na kayo. Babiyahin na kayo. Ayun, si Miss Adriana, nakangiti na. Gusto nang umuwi. Can you open your cameras for our attendance? Sino ngayon ang magiging maniniyot, photographer. Si Miss Pareha. Miss Pareha, ikaw na ang kumuha na attendance natin. Can you open your cameras? Yeah. Dahil malapit na kayong umuwi. Oh, si Miss Avery, ngayon na sumipot. Ah, okay. Can you open your cameras? Yeah. Walang camera yung kay Mr. Kendry, tsaka kay Joanna, Miss Joanna, Miss Dasa. Okay, Miss Pareha. Isa pa? Pakisend na lang sa chat group natin. Then, in 15 minutes, isi-send ko sa inyo yung copy ng module sa inyong email addresses. And take your attendance sa LMS. Teka, ako naman kukuha sa inyo. Dali lang. Okay. After the Holy Week, meron pa ba tayong meeting or diretso na sa midterm nyo? Ano sa tingin nyo? April 14 yata midterm na ninyo. Pwede pa tayong mag-meet. Midterm covered lahat ng diniscuss natin kung sakali hanggang ngayon. At saka doon sa mga na-present na reports. Meron din tayong kukuhanin from the beginning. Okay. Ano, tingin mo, Miss Alessandra? Magmi-meet na lang tayo after the midterm, April 14. Sabihin nyo lang sa akin kung hindi kayo makadecide ngayon. Si Miss Dastas umalis na. Ayun, pinarada na yung kanyang motorsiklo sa tabing dagat. Okay. Okay, see you next meeting. Basta kung gusto niya lang kung kailan ang midterm, okay lang. Sige. Thank you.
Thank you po, Doc.
Sige.
Doc.